Hello and welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We are playing the WILDSEA again tonight, as we are representing sailors of the Verdant Sea. And we're definitely having a conversation about how awesome and amazing and has absolutely no issues the Nick Cage Wicker Man was before this.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
And it's another movie I've definitely absolutely seen, and I'm not just BSing on. I've seen the meme. That's like watching a movie sometimes.
I think that's like my entire Indiana Jones. Like, I only know it from the memes.
Maitre, I've also not seen Indiana Jones.
I don't know if we're missing all that much. Stephen will disagree, I'm sure, but...
Oh, yeah. All right, but everybody's ready. We have a few updates to characters, so we'll get to see some of that hopefully throughout the session as people are getting stronger and better. But let's roll into it. The smell of old paper, both musty and comforting, surrounding the sailors of the Verdant Sea upon entering the manor. Dust and mold. The scent of leaves and citrus in the wind, but also something acidic and earthy soaking down from above. Then something sharp and metallic from down a hallway. The crew reacts and starts to investigate sort of this lobby area as they enter the hanging manor and discover that there has been some sort of violent altercation. Likely that whomever had entered the manor before them had been shot at. While continuing their investigation, they unfortunately drew enough attention to themselves that someone took a pot shot at them. Together, they ducked into a side room and discover it was some sort of reception area. They also found a body of a recently deceased member of the One-Armed Scissor, probably, maybe. We'll find out. But they were wearing some sort of brown overalls. They had sort of graying hair, elderly, ardent. Killhook moved the decaying reception desk over in front of the door. Well, Flippyn did investigate this ardent and definitely determined that they were dead and had been shot to death, in fact, as definitely not alive. However, feeling like they needed to move quickly, the crew opted to climb up some of the chains that hold the manor in the air and see if they couldn't enter from the roof instead, having spotted the dome when they were initially coming down. They were able to climb up after a few challenges, and they did find that this glass dome had an exterior door. And upon entering, they found an iron telescope that showed signs of pre-Verdant manufacturing, something ancient that doesn't exist in the world anymore. Killhook also realized that there was a sound of something large moving around below them, and that had been resonating in the walls when they were kind of in the lobby area was now at their feet. Deciding to move quickly, they opened the trapdoor and kicked down some folding stairs to reach the floor below, and now able to easily hear the sloshing of something large moving around, but also the banging and yells for help triggered by the crew's noise and movement. Apotheosis decided the fastest way to rescue anyone was through the wall, specifically. And with a little help from his friends, he smashed the wall. He believed the right area to be separating him from whoever needed help. Unfortunately, instead, he beat down the wall next to a Librico ray, a huge purple and white slug mantis with an inky underbelly and long tail, and who loves to feast on the written word. The crew had found its nest in a massive, if slightly ruined, library. Forced to take on the Librico Ray head-on, the crew still held their own, and Apotheosis did manage to take it out by carving its head in with his hammer in a sort of a big final blow. As they sort of come down from the adrenaline of the fight, a part of the wall some ways from them creaks open, and a number of heads start to poke out to see what's happening. All right. So my question for the crew today, tree shanties, as we've talked about them a few times, are sung by wild sailors on calm days to pass time as they travel. It doesn't have to be a one-for-one sea shanty, but is there a tree shanty that you think you would enjoy singing as a sailor? It can be a rickroll, right? You can sing about Backstreet Back, if that is the tree shanty that you think your character would enjoy. Okay. Or the Spice Up Your Life. But yes, do any of you guys have a particular quote unquote tree shanty? And it can be a sea shanty that is now a tree shanty, obviously, that your characters would sing. I probably should have given you this question before so that you would have time to look up some songs. So I will smile for a little bit. Unless does anybody have a good one? Okay, great, one. Alex, thank you.
do you guys remember like a G6 from like?
Hell yes. Hell
yeah,
yes.
like a G6 would
like
be
a G6.
like a G6. Like a G6. Come on.
Okay, so like a G6 is somehow converted into a tree shanty in this era, and you don't know where it comes from, and you don't know what most of the words mean, but you got a catchy tune, and you can really helps you keep yourself awake and aware in the evening while the chainsaw ship continues to move on.
Amazing.
Oh my god, like a G6. All right. I knew there was going to be some silly ones, but anybody else have any sort of songs?
The one that is like the most obvious has to be Drunken Sailor. Like
Drunken Sailor.
Yeah. As a fellow Canadian Kipser,
yes.
Eyes the bye.
That's So those are my two, Drunken Sailor and Eyes Bye. That and Home for a Rest, I would say. My Tray would be the other one if you're going for proper like Canadian drunk songs.
For a wedding song. That's like when people have their ties around their forehead. Like that time of night is Home for Rest.
It is definitely a song I think I last heard at a wedding, but
it's totally
a
drunk
classic Canadian
song.
drunk song.
Yeah.
Are we also able to just make up songs?
Yeah, you can just have a made-up song. Do you?
I'm not singing one, but it's just going to be called "March of the Termites."
March of the Termites.
Hell yes,
they go on and on.
Like, very much trying to hear that.
No, I like it. Absolutely make up your own because then we can sing it without getting copyright struck because it doesn't exist.
I don't think we're singing anything remotely accurate enough that we're going to get copyright strikes for it. Just think we're okay.
I have a beautiful, terrible singing voice. Thank you very much.
We should do a karaoke night.
Oh man!
No, we definitely
there's
shouldn't.
a warning that we're doing any singing on stream. I'll be sick that day, and if it gets sprung on me last minute, my internet will go out.
Oh, okay. Jeff, did you have a song do you think Killhook would know?
So he'd be singing farewell and adieu to you fair Shanklin ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Shank.
Hell yes.
That's great. Oh, yeah. All right.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Something like that.
Amazing.
That would be a great one. Okay. All right. Yeah. That is excellent. So we've got like a G6, Drunken Sailors / Home for Rest, March of the Termites, and we'll just call it Farewell to the Fair Shanklin Ladies. All right. Lovely. So with that, let's get to our opening. As you stand in the wrecked library, the body of the Librico Ray before you, and a mess of pulped books, their ink drunk clean off, built into a chewed mess of a nest, like some sort of kindergarten paper mache project in the center of this room. You see the far wall has sort of large holes out. A large hole out into the canopy. So this is where it slept and it was able to leave and come as it went. Rows of bookcases have been toppled, crushed, and pushed aside from the center. The rustle of waves is muted this far below the canopy, but it was still there. And you can hear kind of almost as this a sound, sort of ringing silence after this combat. It almost sounds like there's whispers going around your heads and through your ears as the edge of a constant underpinning of the world kind of vibrates around you. But you realize in this destroyed library that there are sort of the whispers of, these are the whispers of books, of stories that wanted to be read, wanted to be remembered, and got also just as likely killed by the Librico Ray. And you hear almost like just on the tips of your tongues and the sort of the tip of your ears pulling a story about a family with corrupt magic in their blood living in a sinking city, of an impossible house full of dangerous rooms, and the only way out is to become a door, of princesses going through a fey realm and fighting dragons. And you hear a story of a ship in the sky or near stars even, which is inconceivable to anyone in the wild sea, but with a scent of adventure and exploration. These were the stories that wanted to survive, that you can kind of almost hear the dying breaths of in this room. They wanted to be read, but that, looking at the mess of pulp, this paper mache nest, they would never be again. And you get just this moment of this dying story kind of living through you and reaching out to you. And while you're sitting here in this moment, far wall from you again, you hear the creak and you look over and you are reminded again that there are some crushed bodies in these brown overalls with like little flower patches and tiny cracked spectacles kind of pinned to their fronts. Sort of several pairs of scared eyes peeking out and checking who just caused this resounding silence after maybe being terrorized for a while. What are you guys all doing here in this room?
Without hesitation, Killhook's ripping out his butcher kit and is just going to absolute town on this carcass.
Absolutely.
And he's probably
sorry.
whistling that song like, as he goes and hacks through it.
You hear slight gasps from the wall. Okay, so we are looking at I'm just pulling up. I forgot to have my list of bits and goodies that you can pull out of a body here, but we have, are we looking for salvage specimen, whispers, or even, probably not charts. I think you could pull charts from the belly, but I think, so the salvage is moldering privy tombs. Oh, and you can get binding glue out of this. The specimen is an ink blot stomach or ray fins. The whispers, I will tell you if you choose to take one.
I'm gonna go specimens. I like the sound of fins. Yeah.
Okay, give me a sort of roll for removing the specimens.
All right, so I'm gonna do Grace because he's always extraordinarily precise despite his otherwise gruff exterior. I'll do hunting, which is sampling of rendering specimens, I should say.
Yep.
And then I've got my butchery kit, if that would give me an extra bump here.
Yeah, I'll give you an advantage for your butchery kit.
All right, so that's 1, 2. Wait, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. All right, that's a pair of 5s. It's the highest I got.
A lot of pairs. You got a pair of 4s and a pair of 5s. Okay, so yes, you're easily able to sort of cut out these ray fins from the body of this Librico ray. You feel a little bit of the acid from this ink burning just the exterior of your skin, like when you touch acid just lightly through gloves, but the glove has a hole in it. With a twist, does anybody have a good twist here for us for removing the fins?
Maybe they don't come as intact as he would want it to be.
Max.
Why are you making it a negative? We talked about this last week. Why
No,
are you
it's
making
a
a
good
negative
one,
choice?
right? It's a good twist.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Everybody,
All right, I'm so
twists are good.
Twists are good. I mean,
I know it's hard.
it gets double the yield.
Yeah,
Double the
that's
yield.
kind of what I was thinking too. Either it's like connected to another piece of salvage, and so he gets like another piece of salvage, or the quantity is doubled.
Okay,
Of
yeah,
what
yeah.
he does get.
So yeah, let's say you manage to get these ray fins off. We're just going to have like there won't be a tag on them, so they're not going to be pristine. They're not going to be like ruined or something like that. But as you're pulling them off, I guess somehow they were further connected in, or maybe some ligament wasn't completely severed, and you actually pull out a blob of a stomach, and you realize it's filled with binding glue. So you also will get the salvage of binding glue.
Oh, nice. So he's gonna like rip him out, and he's gonna like have the fins on the side of his head. He's like, "Hey, look, look at." And then he like rips it, and he realizes that there's like the glue, like this glue sack is connected to one side of him. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Well, it's probably useful. Anyhow, don't be afraid. We're heroes or something. More peace.
Now, of the crew, obviously Killhook completely fine with this gored creature, but Flippyn, Piite, Apotheosis, or Issa, do you think any of your characters would feel like a bit of mire having seen sort of this creature and looking at the bodies now and having kind of a stressful day, that this would affect your mire? Or are you, nope, Apotheosis is good.
I break stuff for a living, so
True. Issa or Flippyn?
I think Flippin is just like, he would avert his googly eyes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because like he has animals on him, so it's just even though this Librico Ray tried to kill us, you know, I mean, it's just an animal trying to, you know, we came in on to it, you know, but you know, I just like, nah.
Okay, that is true. So let's, if you would like it to take, again, it's up to you, but this is a pretty intense scene for some of your characters. If you want to take a mire for it because you think your character would be affected, absolutely. So, Issa, do you think you would be?
Yeah, I think one of my mires is my ink blots go kind of wild, and I think that's what's happening right now.
Yes, especially since Librico Ray, they consume sort of I know we had a bunch of jokes about the wet books and the undried, what was it, beetle ink? Ant ink? So you can see on the ground, just like this, from the body, this spread of black ink from all those stories that you momentarily had felt connected to is now spilling out in front of you. Ink in a different way. And as you're having this moment...
What language did you say this was? Because I took the liar something, which is...
you took the Liar Bite, the lilting poets and songs. Sure, we can do that roll in a quick second. Killhook yelled over to the people slowly opening the door just before that. Were heroes? Question. So, yeah, they kind of like look at the body and you can see they're shaking. It's a couple of Ardents, various ages, and you can see a few Ektus in there and some cloth wrapped Chelicrae, some swarm of unknown insectoids. But they do have like these all kind of have these brown overalls. It must be some sort of uniform that they tend to like to wear, but they do kind of open it further up, and as they're opening it, almost on the wind, you hear the sound of a melody which is shocking to you. And maybe it sounds like a G, if you recognize that song. Like a G, kind of just weird, disjointed melodic sounds coming from within this room as they're pushing this door further open. And you'll see one of the Ektus appears to be a cactus with the flat, almost needleless sort of round face and arms, who steps forward and kind of goes, I see that you have a Tech with you. And Tech, who's been here this whole time, and absolutely not forgotten about. Yeah, we're here to save you. As you had brought one of their friends with them, which brings comfort to them, and they push open this sort of wall-painted door to the side, revealing a secret room that Apotheosis had been aiming to try to break into recently. Anybody would like to? Yeah.
So, is this all here? Right, is it? Yeah.
Yes, and a few of us were split up when there was an attack at the manor. I think. Oh yes. And she kind of like waves a hand behind her, and one of the other cacti like walks forward, and you watch as they just grab a little bulb on the side and pull it off. And you realize it's filled with like liquids or water, and they go to pour it over top of you if you allow them to.
Was that? Sure. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll go a little. Yeah.
And they'll kind of like try to like help you out and dabble some of this, and you realize very pure water. It smells clean and rich in a way that is rare here. As they seem to be trying to like help you out since you're clearly taken out some enemy that they had been fighting.
I don't got no stank on it.
Yes, it's water we can filter. She can filter through her body. It's just an Ektus thing. So certain breeds of Ektus can do this.
I guess us can't do that. You know, so he just got the googly eyes. Really, all he does.
Yes, and they use a Flippin' Piite. You feel a bit of side eye at your googly eyes. They're not calling you out for wearing googly eyes, but they recognize them as not.
What do you mean? They're real.
Mm-hmm.
They're totally real. Ektus can have eyes too.
Yeah, we ran up the stairs when we were attacked. A few of us went, I think, further ahead down to. There was a room to the side, I think. I don't know if anybody went back towards the ship. But we ran up here, and this creature, the Librico Ray, I think, and she like looks behind her, and there's like one of the Chelicrae with their, let's say they're wrapped in more paper. It's almost like they themselves are a walking book, and they'll go sort of shaking their head, and you get this sound of just paper on paper on paper. And they'll go, it is a Librico Ray, and they pull out like a paper off of their body and like put it on the ground in front of them. It is for just eating books. It definitely was hungry when it looked at me, so I know that it wanted to eat me. And it is well, it is dead. We did a lot of damage to it, but and they'll kind of like look to the side, and some of the Ardents have kind of started to move the bodies that had been crushed to the ground. You asked about books. Now you have poetry, but Lyrabite, looking at this, you know immediately that it's not Lyrebite. It appears to be something else. Does anybody have here's where I have to try to say the word I've been reading. Chthontic.
I think I do. I have one.
You have one pip. Okay. Anybody else? No. Okay.
No.
So Issa,
I think
as
it's just
you
Thonic, by the way. I think the C is silent.
Thontic. Okay, yeah.
I think it's just Thonic, yeah. I think.
Thonic.
Right?
I believe you.
I have been reading it as Chthonic, like Cthulhu.
Yeah,
It's not like
I was
Cthulhu.
thinking.
It's not Cthulhu. Yeah. It's a Greek thing.
Okay, Thontic. So Issa, you kind of look at this expecting Lyrebite, the sort of the language you most often see in poetry books and songs, but it doesn't. You're like, I can't even read this, and then you focus for a moment, and you realize one word here, another word here, and it's only one or two. You'll only get like from or hi. Just on the sort of the covers on the outside that haven't been consumed by the Librico Ray. It's ancient Verdant, you recognize, but there's maybe different languages. Some of the spelling and some of the words look very different than what you were ever trained to read. It's a little difficult.
Okay.
Well, this is happening. Apotheosis or Flippyn Piite, is anything you guys are looking at specifically or talking to?
So, I feel like he's gonna try and, scavenge whatever he could find in this area, perhaps.
Sure. Give me a scavenge roll. Like, how are you building this?
Alright, so I'm gonna use my instinct and use my intuition to see where the best, best spots to, locate and collect anything of value. Which is basically like 2 dice.
2 dice and a chance. A chip and a chair.
Here we go. Please be good. Hey, it's conflict.
Yes. Okay. So with a 4, you kind of start to look for any items. It's mostly destroyed. You kind of like touch this paper mache nest, and you see sort of inside half-digested books and a cluster of eggs that are leaking pages and kind of shattered here and there. Long gone, whatever was in those eggs. Just the shells remain. But with the 4, you kind of like start shuffling in, kicking over a few things, and you find one remaining pulsing egg. Now this is a conflict, so it's going to be a damaged pulsing egg. You can see kind of like a crack on the side of it. And it is a specimen. Specimen.
Okay.
It's probably about the size of like a baseball, a woman's baseball.
Baseball-sized, cracked
egg.
And it's like pulsating?
Pulsing a little bit. Like there's, it's not like a hard shell. It's more like a snake, like a soft shell.
Soft eggshell. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But there's like a little tear in it or a crack of some kind. Like it's not perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take care of this.
All right, Apotheosis. Anything that you'd be looking around at?
I think the only thing that he would do as a crash would be trying to find like either a hidden room or like a hidden cache for like particularly rare or uncommon items.
Yeah. Give me what edge are you pulling in on this?
So I figured this would be stop refreshing. It's instinct, and then I figured this would use the hold on, I lost it. The delve skill because I'm exploring.
Yeah, I'll take delve. That is.
So it should be 3 total. I've got 2 in delve, and then the 1 in instinct.
Great. Okay.
I believe in you, Derek.
Give me the.
I always forget the first time.
Cross our fingers. Come on.
All right. This week is going to be better than last week.
Oh, thank God.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
It's because we crossed our fingers.
Look at that.
The D can't uncross them
Hey,
now.
this week's going to be better than last week. So Derek got 664. It is a triumph with a twist. So you guys can think of a twist. So Derek, you're looking for secret sort of areas, and you look at the door that they had opened in the wall behind them, that weird kind of music coming through, and you start to go towards it to take a look, because this is the sort of the hidden area, and you pull open the door, just double check kind of around. It's the only area that the dimensions of the room don't make sense. And you fully like just looking around as an Ironbound, you know dimensions of architecture. So this is the place. And you kind of open it up, and it's walking into a near pristine different area. You can see kind of as you're walking by, the cello cray will kind of like turn and look as you're walking through. Oh yes, we found it very quickly because we were, but it was by luck. It's a secret hidden room. And you go through and you realize that music that you've been hearing, kind of like there was a bit of static burst, and then you hear a voice, and that is all we have for tonight. I hope all those Verdant sailors out on the WILDSEA are having a great time. And you're looking at a pristine wideband radio. Now, this is pre-Verdant in style, so it's got sort of this circular shape, the wood, beautiful mahogany, and you don't even see how this is working because you guys know short band radios. They're pretty common on the WILDSEA. This is the first time you've ever seen a wideband radio. This is a ship upgrade, by the way, Derek. A full-on ship upgrade. So this is not a salvage. This would be adding to your ship, which is big. And it would actually allow you to receive messages and broadcast, communicating at distances you don't even know. You can reach cities or communicate with cities if you wanted to like talk to somebody from 3 masks, this would let you do it.
Okay. So wait,
But yeah, it's sort of this beautiful mahogany wooden box. It has a little microphone stand next to it. You see bits of like metal in strange configurations, what we would know as antennas. But yeah, you found a wideband radio.
So is this like the size of
it's
like a ham
currently playing
radio
music.
or larger?
Sorry?
Is this like the size of a ham radio or would it be larger?
This is larger. This is going to be like you're going to have to carry it a little bit, but it's yeah.
Okay.
It's probably not pocket size, but you can. We're going to say it goes in your pocket for now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the 1980s. Yeah.
I said in chat, he's very good at breaking things. He's got
And then
the boom
as
box,
you're-
and he's breaking whatever.
No.
I was very tempted to smash it because that's what Crash do, but then I heard ship
Yeah.
upgrade, so I'm like, I guess he would recognize that.
And then as you're kind of like looking at this thing, whomever this DJ is that's talking from who knows what port, the song changes to one of your favorite March of the Termites, however that sounds.
Very similar to a type of Valkyrie song, but with
Yeah,
termite,
okay.
termite chewing.
Okay. All right, and then Killhook, you're kind of, the Ektus are kind of like talking to you and giving you some water to help wash some of this goo and glue, literal glue, and ooze from the Librico Ray off. So, did the others send you? Did you manage to get them back onto their ship?
Well, we only really found one other person, and they were not in good shape. Still some marauders, I think, down here that aren't accounted for. They were taking a few shots at us. Yeah,
Oh.
gave them the slip.
I'm going to say there's probably about 5 sort of individuals alive from the one-armed scissor, like kind of here.
So, how many more are missing from your
And
party?
and she'll kind of look at Tech and go, well, with Tech, we're still missing maybe another 16 members of our crew.
Oh, that's a lot. That's several. So, we should probably, go looking for them and such.
Yes, yeah, and they'll kind of like look at each other. We haven't eaten properly in a while. Do you happen to have food? And they do look
Well-
a little bit faint and weak.
Well, maybe like, one of you stays with us, the rest of you, maybe we can cover your retreat back up to the vomitorium or your ship, and you can get some food up there.
Vomitorium.
Yeah.
What a fascinating name. Yes. And they'll kind of look at the Chelicray. Take note of that. The vomitorium. And you can see the Chelicray like writes on itself. Vomitorium. We'll be able to add this to the stories about ourselves.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Great. So yeah, let's do that. We want to make sure you get back safely and all that. But if there's 16 more people, well, probably more like 15, to be honest. But if there's like 15 more people around here, then maybe we could get a few of them. See if we can get some of them. Eh?
Yeah. Yes. I'm sure somebody else must have survived. It shouldn't just be us.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to look around, but it's dangerous because the marauders are out and about, so.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who knows what else is down here, This thing was down here trying to eat books. Could be something around here trying to eat boots. Who knows?
Oh, well, Tech, are you good for staying with them? Are you okay with having, or we can, and they'll like offer the Ektus that gave you water instead of Tech if you wanted.
I like this one. This one's good. This one's useful. This one, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I helped climb.
You sure did. Yep.
She looks a little proud, hands on her hips, a little as her little cylinder body. Okay. Issa, while Killhook is talking to these, you are looking at these destroyed books, getting a word here and there. Anything else you're doing?
Can I talk to the book person?
The paper covered telecray? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can wander up there. It's an array of yellowing papers that are starting to curl and some fresh ones that they've clearly stuck to cover holes. As other
My
ones have been
first
taken away.
question is if they are part of the crew.
Yes, I have been with the crew. The Scissor is a library ship, and over time, the canvas and the overalls were not working as well as I wanted. I had more paper, so I've just kind of replaced everything.
Oh, what is your favorite story that you have?
Oh, and they'll stick a hand into themselves and pull out a paper, and they'll go, I am a true adventurer. This is, and they're holding up something. Issa, do you want to roll me some sort of understanding check? I'll give you, let's see. Do you have knock as a language?
I don't think, no, I don't. I have brass tongue,
Okay.
lyre bite.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonic.
Okay, I'll take brass tongue. It is going to be a cut of 1, just because this is not a language you're familiar with. And then what edge do you think you'd want?
Can I help her? Am I close enough to help? Because I have
absolutely.
I have 1 point in knock.
You can be coming out. Do you have knock?
Just 1 point.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
enough. Because the sort of paper-covered Chelicray was standing near the door. They commented on you going in there, so it makes sense.
Knock? Isn't this knock? Don't you speak knock?
There's walls nearby, but yeah, a little.
Okay, and you can have that removes the cut. Essentially, you can in fact have an advantage for that, helping each other.
Hell yes.
All right, and so what combination are you using for, or how many dice do you get?
Is it me roll, or is it Derek?
Yeah,
because I'm helping you.
Apotheosis.
It's your roll. I'm stopping.
Okay.
So you can grab your edge, and then you can use brass tongue as your skill, and then +1 dice for Derek. Snock.
Okay. For my sorry, did you say edge or skill?
Edge plus skill +1 advantage.
Okay. So for my skill, I wonder if I could talk you into.
Well, you said you had brass tongue?
I do have brass tongue.
I'm happy to take brass tongue. It's just the edge that I think.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you.
Yeah, so grace, iron, instinct, sharp.
Tides?
Yeah, tides, exploration, learning lore makes perfect sense.
Okay. So that's 3d6.
Okay, 3d6.
554.
554. Okay. With twist. So yeah, with that, Apotheosis knocks or understands knock and gives you kind of the words as the Chelicray holds up. It's something like treasure spit. And it's a story about a boy who goes on an adventure and joins a crew. Little bad things happen, and there's some Long John Silver fellow who's not so good. But it's my childhood story.
Oh, that sounds incredible. We don't always agree, but as long as they go somewhere interesting, that's good.
Yes. Have you read it?
I have not, but it sounds like distance and traveling.
Yeah, so if you want, considering you got a twist, so you, 2 5s, right? He'll say, if you would like, I will lend you this book. You can bring it back to Three Masks next time you're in the area to visit.
Yes, that would be wonderful. I will happily take it.
It is, you're definitely going to have to get Apotheosis to help you translate this. This is definitely a language you don't understand, but you can work through it eventually. Maybe get a few ranks into Nock.
What am I adding?
So you can say borrowed treasure spit under salvage. This would be a salvage item.
Borrowed treasure spit.
Written in Nock, but you don't have to write that. All right. So Apotheosis, you're helping that. Flippin' Piite, anything you're doing, you come out of this paper mache nest with a new egg under your arm.
Check out this egg. It's a little bit damaged though.
Killhook, you look behind you. Someone has rescued an egg from the creature you just bravely took out.
What do you say? You want to nurse one of those on the ship?
Yeah, why
Thing
not?
that eats books. Because it eats books.
Like cradling it like a newborn child. Why not? It's cute.
It's an egg.
Gonna...
Eggs
It's a
aren't
cute
cute.
egg.
They're like, they're just eggs.
I mean,
You crack them open, you make a little omelette out of them. Bob's your uncle. Yeah.
well, Terry
All right,
here.
well, we continue to never see eye to eye. We are the most dysfunctional crew the WILDSEA has ever seen.
No,
So,
I think we work.
anyhow,
I think we work.
maybe
pretty well.
let's go save some folk.
Can all of you guys build me a pool to give me some sort of perception check? In your own way, as you kind of consider this, and the calmness of the moment kind of leaves you as you look towards again some of the scissors having passed and crushed, and you've only seen, these are the first 5 you've seen alive other than Tech. And as they kind of look at that, the music continues to play. Some of the scissor crew will help move this thing out so that Apotheosis doesn't have to like carry it around this manor with them. They'll, as they work towards the roof, get it up to the vomitorium for them, talking about stories that they'll be able to tell and write. Not quite sad, but not quite in despair, hopeful that you guys will help like you have been. All right, anybody build their pool?
I went sense and instinct,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a triumph with a twist.
Okay. Triumph with a twist. That is really all that's needed. Sort of in the quiet of this moment, the huge hole in the sort of the wall that goes into the canopy on the other side of the library, you start to hear a different song over the music that's kind of coming at you as this wideband radio comes out. Someone is singing, and it is live, and they are singing something about drunken sailors, which you're pretty sure Issa has sung before, but it's definitely off tune below you somewhere. And you remember sort of, you know that the Jackalbone marauders are below somewhere. You kind of can look through the hole. It's a sheer drop, but this is the back end of the manor. If you wanted to come down this way, that is a possibility. And yeah, that's a triumph with a twist. Unless you would, any other twists. That's an option.
No,
is the twist.
that works. So
Okay.
he'll like put like a bloody finger to his mouth.
Mhm.
Quiet. I think the marauders are down there. we could go jump them, you know? Like they tried to jump us.
Mhm. And did anybody else build or have a good pool for perception while Killhook is doing that?
Mine was also Sense and Instinct, but it didn't was 4 and 3.
4-3? Okay, yeah, you with the 4-3. Killhook probably picked up more than you did. You're with a 4-3, pretty sure that there's nothing else alive above you or around you. So you're good for that. Flippyn, Piite, or Apotheosis, did you guys roll, or are we happy to?
Well, I was gonna go with tides and
Okay. Tides.
scavenge. So
Yes.
like
More
reasoning
like
would be
animal.
like, yeah, reasoning would be like, we're exploring, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to, identify or just identify like important things, maybe collect some important information or whatever. And
Yeah.
and the result I got is a 6 and a 5, a triumph.
Okay, you also have a triumph. With another 6, Killhook is mentioning that the marauders are down below. You can also kind of hear this music come up from them. You, with yours, is a little bit more like you're thinking like animals, and you can hear the shink, shink, shink in the distance through this hole in the canopy. Ooh, maybe a bit of a timer here as you think maybe pinwolves might be smelling blood, and you look at the Librico Ray body. Apotheosis, did you have a pool? And what kind of edge and skills?
Yeah, if it builds or if it would get any other kinds of information, the only different thing I could do would be teeth for the edge, because passion, and then combining it with delve of exploration.
Ooh, okay, yeah, delve. All right, give me that roll, please. Oh my god. All right, you're now getting all of the 6s. So
I will keep those fingers crossed.
there is no surprises on anything in the matter. Okay, so you're more delving. So you were looking for secret sort of entries and everything before, and you understand they're straight below. With Triumph with a twist, I'm going to say, looking back into that hidden room that you were exploring, tapping on walls, sort of stomping on the floors, you find another sort of back end that opens behind that goes down. I'm going to say you found some sort of old school, what are those called? Where they move food up and down.
Dumb waiters.
Dumb waiter.
Stupid frickin' waiters.
You found some sort of like dumb waiter shaft in that's been hidden in the walls here.
Verdant society is insane. They just threw their dumb waiters down a hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
You don't want to know what they did to the waitresses. Ugh. The bartenders.
Make them stumble out drunk.
Just talking.
All right. So you guys now have all of the pieces of information with your roll to sort of make decisions. What are you guys thinking?
Is the room that I found, is it like a ladder down, or is it just like a elevator?
It's a little dumbwaiter. It's got like a pulley system.
Okay.
But it looks like only one person can fit in it at a time, especially with Apotheosis' size. You guys can also just throw a rope off the side and climb down that way, rappel down.
Could I? So, if judging off of where we're hearing the bad singing coming from, would the dumbwaiter end up behind the person that's singing, or like for like a flanking type thing?
Ooh, okay. So I'm thinking here. You think it comes at the side, the hole is here. We're hearing it here. This side room is over here, and it goes down. So it wouldn't be behind. It would be beside a little bit. I'll share the maps of the manor with you guys afterwards.
I would say I can grab attention because I'm loud and large, and then if somebody's sneaky or has a ranged weapon, they could take the dumbwaiter to get, like, basically a flank.
Yeah.
I can be sneaky, but let me just check if I have a ranged weapon. 1 second.
So Derek, how is Apotheosis going to get down there? You're just going to...
If there's no risk to me, I think it personally that it would be really cool to try and jump and land on top of the guy that's singing and just crush him under my girth.
Just like crush through the floor, just like cannonball through the floor.
Exactly, yeah. It makes me wish that the aspect that I picked up was using my body as an actual cannonball, because that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just stop him like a Goomba.
Yeah, exactly.
You said there's a rope going out, so...
Oh, no, you can throw... You guys have rope.
Yeah.
You can throw a rope over.
Are there windows
exists.
below? Could I do that classic, like, throw myself out and sweep down and, like, burst through, like, a window down there?
Yeah, you can kind of, like, look down. The person that's below you that's singing is on just this, like, tiny spit of a patio that's right, like, everything else is just the verdant sea. It's leaves and canopy and trees. So it's a little speck. And then you can see doors, like, obviously, that he was able to get in and out of. And then on the side, you do see maybe, like, a little bit of part of a stone chimney, most of it fallen off into the down below. And then little windows on either side you could definitely do this with, of the chimney.
I have kind of a weird question that you should probably say no to, but I'd be an asshole if I didn't ask, so I'm gonna ask. But would it be possible for me to align with Apotheosis, like his plan, and basically use his distraction? I'll go down sneaky as a jellyfish. And then when I go down there, I can use my whisper. Specifically, we do this for the words because I think she's really focused on the stories this whole session. And so that is my justification. I would love for that to be like a range sonic boom kind of thing from behind.
Well, you can absolutely go down, like, through the dumbwaiter or down the rope or on Apotheosis's back and use him as a distraction and speak a whisper or even yell. You know, yelling is going to have an impact. You don't know exactly what will come out of the whisper, but you know that, or you can believe that something is going to happen. And for the words feels very appropriate for the hanging manor full of these sort of books that have been desecrated.
Great. So, Apotheosis, if you're okay with that, I can either come down with you as jelly on your body, or I can find my way down in the dumbwaiter. And, like, be behind this person, or beside them, or whatever.
Either's fine with me. I didn't ask how high up the jump is, but it's because I don't exactly care. I'm just jumping off, so it's fine for me.
I'm just gonna be on him. Exactly.
15.
Being a jellyfish, I think I also don't really care about that distance.
Yeah, so you're on the second story there, like at the bottom of a little below the bottom of the first story. It looks like it would probably be 15 to 17 feet.
Okay.
I'll just hit a ride on your shoulder, if that's okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Flippin' Piite, Killhook, what are you guys thinking?
I wanted to do the rope swing through the window, so I was gonna
Oh, absolutely,
jump out
sorry.
when he's jumping out and swoop in. So the
Yes.
dumbwaiter's open, Pete, if you wanted it.
All right, I'm gonna use the dumbwaiter as everyone's making their dramatic entrance as I basically like look for an opportune moment to use my cat Cora to shoot out spines. at the guys.
Okay. Good. All right, so let's start this essentially initiative. So you guys go in any order. I assume Apotheosis is going first based off of kind of the loudest, biggest falling object.
Yeah, I want to take aggro.
Okay.
And
So
I'm
let's
hit
start this
you
off.
right on your shoulder.
Build me a pool. How does this cannonball of Ironbound look like?
I would say either teeth or iron. Teeth for or for savagery, or iron for force. Because and then break, because demolish, break, smash. So I'm trying to break this man's spine.
Okay. Okay. Roll me those dice. You're a Titanic Ironbound. I'm not going to make you take fall damage for this.
Oh, okay.
Just don't roll like all ones. Okay. You didn't roll all ones.
We
there is
still
a
got a
6 in there.
6, yeah.
All right, so that is 6, 1, 3, 3. Luckily you got that 6 in there. So, Apotheosis, you stand at the cusp of this broken wall, looking down at this unknown individual below you. You see Issa kind of like stick onto your shoulder, holding onto your back, as you just let yourself sort of tip and fall forwards almost. Just let gravity do the work for you. And, you okay, Max? No, you okay? Okay. And the dog starts to bark. No, and you just kind of like almost do a flip in the air before your feet land on either side or on this guy with a 6. Yeah, you're on this guy. On this guy, like you feel his ardent sort of body give way under you, and just a smear of red. Your hammer kind of out as you turn, and do you yell? Do you just like exist?
Yeah, so if I'm just like leaning forward and letting gravity do the work, I guess Apotheosis would say to Issa, I hear when you jump out of something, you're supposed to yell Galandolo or something, and he'll just yell Galandolo.
Galandolo.
So, yeah, which Geronimo got bastardized into.
Yes. That's so good. So you land on this ardent, and you turn around to these like French sort of dirtied and broken French doors that are kind of open into what you realize behind you through these doors is a sunken, converted wine cellar that's got a whole freaking ship in it. You realize the Jackalbone pirates in this one moment before everything else kicks off. You look in here and see stone floors that's been like shattered out and created into this long hole so their ship can sit right up flush with the floor. This is how they were able to go down and up and appear next to the scissor without being detected beforehand, because they were down below already. This is where they disappeared to when you came to this area, found the scissor, but no Jackalbone pirates. Their ship has been hiding under the manor the whole time. And you hear them singing, and you hear sort of the soft bit of drums that they're not on a raiding party right now, so they're not really going at it. And they all, you can see suddenly there's probably 10 Jackalbone marauders turn to look at you as you stand atop one of their fellows, having crushed him completely. They're kind of like frozen midway in the process of celebrating. and you see there's a little plank, like a walk the plank kind of plank that's got a hole in the wall, and they seem to be laughing as you see somebody with sort of brown overalls that's clearly been beaten and is tied up, and they're kind of like nudging them for sport towards this plank, and you don't see any other sort of one-armed scissor sailors anywhere else in here. This seems to be the last of them. And they also have the ship here, which means they have a ship cannon, not currently in use, can be used by whomever gets there first. Is also like, just as an FYI, right there, because it is a ship. All right.
If I turn to look at them and they look at me, could I try to like trick them and just be like, I fell down. I don't know where I am. I'm sorry. I yelled Galandolo. It's like proper manners when you fall off something. I'm sorry about your friend.
I would give you the roll, except I'm fairly certain it's impossible when you literally have like a person crushed under your toes right now.
I just wasn't watching where I was going. That's what I'm trying to lie to them about, to diffuse the tension. There's a rotting floorboard above I fell through. I'm a big man.
No, I'm sorry. I just can't. Oh God! All right, you have to roll a 6. You have to get like a full 6 on this one. I'm not giving you for this anything else. Like they're not. This is also going to have a cut of 2. Like they're not happy here.
Yeah, I mean, would I even be able to use a skill? I don't have any social skills.
You would get a minimum of 1 die.
Right.
You always get a minimum of 1 die.
Yeah, because it would just be for the iron.
Yeah.
Sure.
Roll for that 6. All right, yeah.
Okay.
It's a 3. There was always a chance so that you can get a 6, but all right. So with that, Apotheosis, you fill in the first pip of the Marauder Manor tracker. This is kicking off now as you see them suddenly reach for crossbows. One of them has a little pistol that maybe you recognize the shell casing size from. A bunch of them pull out these sort of bone saw blades they're called jegsaws. Jegsaries, sorry. And you see a bunch of them kind of start yelling, for blood or cargo as they start to run towards you. I'm going to say one of them is going to get a sort of a swipe with their jigsaw at you. Can you give me a defensive? You definitely have their attention, a defensive roll, and then we'll let somebody else go from the party.
I guess my defensive roll would be iron for willpower to take the hit, and then brace.
Great.
A total of 4. Oh.
All right, give me a reaction roll. Oh.
I don't know what just happened with
Did those appear tiny to anybody else? Okay, yeah, not just me. I didn't change.
It makes me select the die value now, whereas before it was just...
Huh? Okay, well, we can see that's a 4. So with a 4, that is a success with a conflict. So you managed to kind of dodge out of the way, but one of the jigsaws maybe slashes 1 point of damage to you, but you block most of everything else. You don't need to worry about their quirks.
Yeah, so because I have the broad...
Oh, this is serrated damage. Sorry, do you have any?
I was gonna say my broad would care. It's blunt. So of the 5, I picked blunt, keen, and serrated. I didn't care about acid or volt.
This is serrated. So if you have sort of a protection from it, you are not taking damage in this.
Okay.
Okay. So Issa, you're on Apotheosis' shoulder. You see all of this. Flippin' Piite, you are going down the dumbwaiter. Let's say you're probably at the bottom and the little dumbwaiter doors open and you see all of this in front of you. Kill Hook, you grab this sort of rope. Do you want to do it with style and roll some dice, or do you want to just have it happen?
Sure, I'll do some dice.
Let's see how many flips you get.
Vault on out of here, do some agility. Yeah. Is that cool? Do some grace.
Yes. Okay. Grace makes perfect sense.
Okay. And here we go. And would you say this is an would you say we're ambushing them, Kipser?
You are I would call this an ambush.
Okay. All right, here we go. That is a triumph with a twist.
With a twist. Okay, so Triumph, you easily, you get this rope tied around the body of the Librico Ray. It's big, it's heavy, it's not moving anytime soon. And you, swing down perfectly angled to get, feast first through the window. You smash, it's got some sort of picture on it. That doesn't exist anymore. Do you have a good idea for your twist?
Yeah. Could somebody be right on the inside and I just literally vault on top of them as I break through the window?
Absolutely. So yeah, one of the guys that's coming towards Apotheosis, him being the big distraction, walks in front of the window at the same time that you kick through, knocking them down into the ground. You're kind of standing on either side of his torso, as they look up. They've got, this saber instead of a Jerry saw. Some of them have sabers as well, and they're holding a saber.
Okay.
All right.
Am I done? Am I done?
No. So that was just entrance. Okay. So you can actually do it in a proper combat action. That was
he'll crash through, land on top, and be like, "Golden doll out." What? That didn't even sound good. And then I'm just gonna take a cleaver. And just sort of throw it at somebody who's right, the next person closest to me as I stand on top of this guy.
Absolutely. Go for it.
I'm just going to rip out a piece of my butchery kit, throw a cleaver. I'm going to do some more elegance, agility, precision with my grace.
Sounds good.
I'm saying probably a hunt since I'm doing a ranged attack. And butcher kit. Okay. So here I go.
Okay.
You said you threw your axe at somebody?
A cleaver. It's a whole kit. Cleaver? I have lots of things in here. I have knives.
I'm gonna post a meme in the Discord because one of my favorite gifts I never get to use is perfect for this.
Nice.
All right, go to
that's
join
another
our Discord.
triumph with a twist, by the way. That's 2 6s.
Yes. And 2 5s. So you grab your cleaver. You realize there's just an array of on either side of this window has some sort of kitchen sort of style cabinets with little clearly taken over by the marauders for all their gear and their kit. And there's just random bits of hunting equipment and a bear trap and everything. And you're able to grab anything you want and throw it there. And you're just everything you could ever want for dealing in the wild sea, for hunting in the wild sea is here. As you throw this hatchet or cleaver, and this is triumph with a twist. That is, I'm going to say that's going to have impact with your twist, if that's all right. So that's going to do 2 pips.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, as you watch as this person just and does the full on 1980s slow, way too long death scene.
Mm-hmm. And he just throws it and he's like, "Hey, catch!" Right.
Beautifully into the center. Oh!
And it's I'm standing on top of the other guy that I knocked down as I swung through. I told him to catch. I don't know. He's got some reflexes. Yeah.
And this guy is going to take his action in response to you, and he's just going to take his saber and try to get it up at you. You are standing above him, so you get 1 advantage for this. Nice. As he's just going to try to pierce up in response. So give me your reaction to this.
All right. I think I'm going to do instinct for reaction, if that's all right.
Yep.
Then defensive skill. I'm going to go vault. I can dodge.
Excellent.
And I think that's probably it.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's any specimen stuff, but nah. Okay. And you said I got the one advantage for being above. Awesome. Okay. Conflict with a twist. So I got 2 4s. and
Okay,
a bunch
so
of
2
twos. I got a full
4s.
house.
That is true. You do have 2 4s and 3 2s, which is kind of a crazy roll. So this guy, he gets like a little scrape off on you. You can take 1 aspect damage, but you manage to like push his sword out of the way, keeping it from really piercing into you. This is specifically sabers deal keen damage if you have any immunities or resistances.
I do not. I'll say he catches me. Like I probably have like my kit like around my belt, like where I have my my sling, and so he probably like just like slashes into it and does a little damage, and maybe a couple tools fall out of the kit.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, that is my reaction. Flippin', you're like just the dumbwaiter's opening up. You have the opportunity. Issa, your apotheosis is back. Who would like the next action? Spotlight.
I just wanted to use my whisper.
Oh, yes.
Piite. I don't know if there's something you wanted to do before that.
Alex?
Sorry. Well, what I wanted to do would be, as the dumbwaiters are open, I want to use my Katkora, to basically hit whoever is like the farthest away from me.
Okay, absolutely. You can start trying to like snipe people that are further away from you. Give me your sort of attack roll with as your little pine cone cat jumps up onto your shoulder, aims its little spiky tail, and starts to shoot out.
All right, so I'm gonna use my senses aka my instincts, to basically point out the best target, and use my tending skill to basically direct my pinecone cat to attack.
Okay, go for it.
All right, sweet. All right, and I believe that is 1 and 2. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Come on, let's go. Oh, conflict.
Ooh, all right. So you watch, you find somebody, you send your cat's pin needles out. You can watch as they sort of go across someone's chest. Ouch! And they start to like pull these pin needles out. You think that maybe there's a little bit of resistance to keen damage on these guys, but you can see that you definitely had a hit here, and they kind of like turn to look at you angrily. You have their attention. That's kind of the conflict. Is this one is now focused on you?
Oh no!
All right. That is now my turn. I'm gonna this guy is now going to like pull up a crossbow and shoot back at you. Give me a reaction to deal with this.
Okay, so my reaction would be using my instincts to react, and I'm gonna essentially try to dodge out of the way by vaulting, Yep. Out of his tag.
Okay.
Right.
You vault
There
out
we
of the
go.
dumbwaiter area.
Yes. All right, here we go. I hope that is a lot better. No, just disaster.
Okay, disaster with a twist. 3, 3, 1. So you go grabbing the side of the dumbwaiter, try to pull yourself out, but instead this sort of arrow shaft pierces into your shoulder. You are going to take 2 points of aspect damage for this. This is keen if you have any, this one is blunt. You realize this has like a blunted shaft. So if you have any resistances to blunt damage, they seem to be using that kind of arrowhead right now, and he is going to like yell and kind of move in and start sort of drumming. He moves into the ship area and starts grabbing one of the drums to beat it, so that you can see it's bolstering the crew around them.
Oh no.
And that's going to be like the twist as they've started the music up. You can start to hear that rhythm, and the marauders are all kind of like getting into it, and it's definitely like boostering them, which is not good for you.
Okay, that really fucking sucks. Okay. Ugh.
All right. Issa, you've been waiting this whole time. You are patient. You see your friends do their actions. Now is your opportunity.
And I pull off of Apotheosis' backing that, and like almost like a jellyfish kind of way. Look kind of gross to me. So basically like a slim body right behind him that has been stuck to him, and now there is a second body right next to him, and I'd like to use my whisper, please.
Okay, and are you shouting it or are you whispering it?
I'm whispering it because I have no idea what it does, and all of my friends are in the room.
Yes. All right. So, and once more for the audience, what are you whispering?
I am whispering, we do this for the words.
Brilliant. Okay. So as you kind of like say, we do this for the words, you get like almost a hit in memory of all those stories that you'd heard before, that you'd felt just in the room earlier above. And you hear some noises and you look up. And the floor kind of above you, you see almost like a shimmering, as if it's clipping through the ceiling from something else, before a bunch of ropes start to fall down next to where Killhooks was. And you see sort of, 4 sort of princesses jump down and start sliding in an array of dresses. You see people with these black pants and these partially colored shirts that seem to be holding little phaser things. They're all kind of translucent as you have summoned the words of the world around you to come aid you in combat. And you see...
It fully squeals and excites.
What one was the first reference that I made?
Princesses and phasers. So that was 2.
Yeah, princesses.
Yes.
We got Lagoya, and what was yours princess's name? Emerald Valley.
Dressed for a ball right now is what they're at. Yes, I did. Oh, right. You see sort of a bunch of people in almost Renaissance clothes, that they've got stone hands and poisoned daggers, and they're coming down to help too from Sword and the Serpentine.
Nice. Hey, can there be a old dude with like a gi on and clearly owns his own dojo? Could he be joining the fight?
Absolutely, there can be an old guy in a
My
gi.
favorite character of all time. No.
I mean, yeah, I was trying to make a bunch of Lollygagging references. So, yeah, absolutely. Old guy with a gi that owns his own thing, that talks about some sort of giant creature that he's got a symbiotic relationship with,
He turns over and says, "Hey, how's it going?" And then Killhook's like, "Hi, how's it going?"
Oh, Jesus. Yes, our fun mystery meat park rangers. Okay. So Issa, you watch them all. I still want you to just give me a roll, but we're giving you like 2 advantages, and they're going to be doing the fighting for you. So you can use things that you're good at. We'll like, this is almost like you're telling a story. This is a verbal attack almost.
So it feels like instinct as a standard, and my skill, I was thinking outwit because I don't
Yeah.
think they knew I was here.
Absolutely, you can take outwit. Yeah, give me that roll and then add 2 dice for, obviously this whisper is creating almost a swarm of people that are coming to help you from all sorts of stories.
I also have one more thing, like a mire, that might come into play.
Okay.
Others underestimate or dismiss you. So again, if they didn't know I was here,
So the mire is a negative.
okay.
Yeah.
Which maybe.
But you're
does
playing
that
into your
make
mire, which is
sense?
good. But no, that's not going to affect your dice rolls right now.
Okay. Okay. So that's 2d6.
And then you get an
That
additional
is
2 for the whisper.
5 and a 3 is what I rolled. Did you say I get an additional?
Yeah,
this?
you get an additional 2d6, please. For the
Okay,
whisper.
that's so 2 5s, 2 3s.
2 5s, 2 3. Okay, conflict with a twist. So yeah, you watch as sort of all these characters spread out and start, karate punching or stabbing with whatever weapons they have. You watch as some of them like clap their hands and start casting these magics. One of them seems to just be like healing. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Anyway, you watch an array of magic that you've never seen before, all kind of translucent and a rainbow of colors. As you are going to do 2 pips on this tracker for full impact. All right. So.
Wait.
As my reaction, Issa, you've declared yourself and you've got all of these whispers around you. You watch as someone kind of like jumps down the stairs that lead to the hallway, and it's this person wearing this big hat, big feather coming out of it, and they grab and pull out this jigsaw kind of blade, beautiful, large. You guys recognize him as the captain that kind of tried to barter your ship from you on the first session of this WILDSEA campaign, as he kind of comes down and yells to his crew, "Aye, mate, you started the music already? Looks like we've got some dancing friends. And there's ships up above with the scissor for us to take once these are all corpses on the ground. Someone man the cannons."
Jackalbone?
Sorry?
The Captain Jackalbone?
The Captain, the Jackalbone, that I definitely remembered to give a name to.
Jackalbone Owl, of course.
Yep. Jackalbone Marauder Captain.
Is it like Jack, middle initial L, then, Bone as a surname? Or is it like,
That's clearly
Jack
why the
and
Jackalbones
Bone.
are named the Jackalbones, because that was really his name the whole time.
Guess that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then you hear next to him, he's like, "Yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense." That's great. I'm so playing 2 characters now.
Absolutely. Okay, the captain yells, "Man the cannon," and you guys all look towards that cannon in the center of the room, and you know this is a ship weapon. If they get to it and they activate it and they actually use it against you, this is just going to do like 5 points of tracker damage. Like, this is big damage, high impact damage. So he's going to yell that at his crew, and then he is going to kind of like grab a hacksaw off the wall kill hook. Like, there's just hunting tools everywhere, and he's going to throw it at Apotheosis. You made yourself a target. He is going to throw it at you. Can I get a reaction, please?
I'm unimpressed.
That's fair.
Oh, you mean a reaction roll? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, yeah. It's going to be 4 dice because of iron and whatever other thing, brace.
Yes.
I don't know how I managed to change my
Why
rolls.
does
by the
that
way.
do that? That is a
don't
6
know.
in there.
Yeah.
So you just managed to bat this sort of hatchet that he threw out of the way as he's yelling from the stairs. You are unimpressed. That was a piddly attack. I don't know how your character broke. I'll look into it later.
The only thing I clicked in alchemy was add tracker, which pulled up my character sheet. Otherwise, I'm like, I feel like a boomerang. I'm like, I don't know what I clicked to break my dice.
I don't either. I will. At least we can still read them. I have no idea why that happened. I'll put a picture for anybody who's interested in seeing in Discord. But otherwise, yeah, you unimpressed is the right word for it. It does not affect you at all. You bat away this tiny hatchet that dared to go close to your titanic form. All right. We are at the sort of the start of the round again, so anybody can go any action that they would want to take in, or start the charge for this next round of initiative.
So they've got a cannon, you said, right? And
Yes.
Is it like cannonball cannon? Like, do they have like a stack of cannonballs and like powder and stuff nearby?
Yeah, okay. So the ship that they've kind of like docked in the bottom part of this wine cellar has what appears to be a army bulk door mulcher shrapnel cannon. So it looks like they've just got bags of like shit that they throw in here next to and around the cannon, and it's primed with or there's gunpowder nearby that would allow them to shoot it off.
So what I would like to do is I would like to pull off my belt, okay?
Yep.
Right next to this other dude with a black belt. I'm just going to pull my belt off, which is, as we know, a spore slinger. And then I'm just going to look hi, watch this. And then I want to sling the spore slinger, and I want to target like the powder, and I want to try to kind of create explosion because it does blast damage.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to like trigger and make an explosion right by the cannon so that no one can use it. If that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. If you get a 6 on this and you explode it, I'll actually say this probably takes. This is a full impact weapon that will take out one side or the other. Like you can stop this fight.
All right, so I want to go. I'm going to use Grace for my precision because it's a careful shot.
Yep.
I'm going to use Hunt because I'm shooting.
Yep.
Then I'm going to use my aspect of my my sling. So I think that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's everything.
I'm going to say this is a hard shot, so I'm cutting 1 die.
Okay. So
Because you're trying to precisely hit the gunpowder.
The aspect. Okay. So I think that's still 4. All right. Here I go. No, but I did get a 5 with a twist.
Yes.
Goodness.
Okay. So 5, 1, 1, 1. So you guys watch as Killhook gets his sling going, shoots it out towards the cannon, and you watch as it skids and hits some of the gunpowder, exploding a little bit. Not the whole thing. It's still possible to use this cannon, but you can see it's going to take some effort for the crew. Like he's delayed them, and that's sort of the conflict of it. Does anybody have a good twist idea?
It's a positive twist, right?
Yes.
So
Okay.
I'm assuming.
I know we have to define that we are trying to be positive.
So I'm assuming that originally God, I need to remember how to speak English. So I'm assuming originally it was just only the cannon that you could see. Like there wasn't a lot of like gap space around the porthole or whatever the hell they stick out of the. I don't know my nautical terms.
Yeah, so they have just this like cannon. You can see it's kind of got mounted
it's a
on
swivel
something.
Cannon on the deck?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. So it's like a giant central cannon that they swivel around. It's just one cannon. They don't have a row of cannons.
I would say then.
And this one swivel cannon was a shrapnel cannon, and it was primed to go, but Killhook has managed to like knock off the gunpowder in a way that's going to delay them. If they get there, they have to get that primed again.
I would say a good twist then could just be the mechanism that allows it to pivot is damaged, and it can only move instead of 180 degrees, like I don't know, 15 degrees, 10 degrees. It's a very narrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys can watch as some of the shrapnel like gets stuck in the gears or whatever allows it to move, and it seems to be limited in movement now. Okay. So as a reaction, Issa, you've got this army of people around you, and a sort of, I know Killhook just took a shot, but they are going to try to react to all of these people. Like, they think that you brought the magic. They understand whispers, but they're like hoping that knocking you out is going to stop it. So they are somebody with a sort of a serrated, jackal bone, rapier is going to come down and try to chop at you. I need a reaction to dodge or block or something this.
Sure. So I wonder if I might give you sharps and fair planning, where I'm gonna dodge through.
Sorry, you're saying you're doing in sharps. There it is. Yep, sharps.
Yeah,
logic, wit, planning. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sharps and sorry, I'm just going through my skills. 1 second. I'm not very combat-y, so I don't know my stuff like off the top of my head. I think outwit.
Yeah, that's fine. You're definitely trying to like deceive and maybe dodge in that way. Like you're maybe yelling, "Oh, look at that," and then dodging instead.
Or sense, if that.
Yeah, that would be
better.
a react. You are reacting to the attack. I'm happy to take either of those.
Okay, so 2d6 out of the way.
Okay.
That is a 4 and a 2.
Okay, so with the 4, unfortunately, as this person like gets this serrated blade up and around some of your like the princess army that's kind of surrounded you and is trying to parry and push away, they manage to get shoved aside a little bit as this sort of ardent woman with a peg leg comes and just slashes up, unfortunately doing 1 aspect damage to you, but you manage to like push away and not get too badly stuck, as you see another one was trying to pincer you from behind, but you've managed to outwit and dodge enough that this isn't going to happen.
What kind of damage did you say, Daddy? Because
just 1 aspect, so one of your aspects just fill in one of the pips, and you get to decide.
What kind of damage?
Oh, sorry. This is serrated damage.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm particularly susceptible to salt, so I was wondering.
Yeah, no, these guys mostly deal with blunt, serrated, and keen damage. All right.
Got it. Thank you.
Who would like to have the next attack? I will say, even with the cannon sort of locked and the gunpowder pushed aside, you guys can also use the cannon against them if you get there first as well. Who would like to go?
I have something I could potentially do, Pete, unless you have a plan already.
I was just gonna ask if like how many people are around the cannon? Like,
there's probably this wine cellar is wide, but it is still a condensed sort of space, and their whole crew is kind of up here and they were relaxing. So the cannon is more or less in the center of this room, and there's probably going to be like at least sort of 5 people loosely around it, but not like they're not on top of it. They're not that close, especially they were scared when Killhook hit the gunpowder. They flinched away a little bit. But there's chaos. It's people are kind of everywhere.
Okay. Apotheosis.
But so are you.
Okay. Apotheosis, what were you thinking of like doing?
Well, if we can hit a good number of them with the cannon, I could try to use my Guy's hand, which lets me manipulate objects without touching them.
Oh yeah.
But there's no guarantee that works. I can't even think of like a good pool to build off of.
I mean, that's a lot better than my idea, because I was planning on just trying to vault over there as fast as possible and maybe try to use the cannon, but that would get the aggro of at least 5 people onto me.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep.
If you're running through, I'm thinking in a circle, there would only be 2 people that you'd be running through.
Is the cannon already loaded?
The cannon is loaded, but the gunpowder has been moved aside. So you need to get gunpowder into it again, and then you can shoot it. So 2 actions. Same for the marauders, though. So you've either way,
Okay, so then Pete, if I load the gunpowder for you and then you run to fire it, I imagine we could potentially take out 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so, yeah.
Okay, so then I'll try and use my Geist hand to load gunpowder into the cannon.
Okay, so this is the first time you've used it. What does it look like in this moment?
Yeah, so
what does your invisible hand look like?
It's quite invisible. Light passes through it. I'll say that with how I've imagined Apotheosis looking, because his shoulder and chest area is a massive. I don't think they call it a steering wheel for a ship, but I'm calling it a steering wheel. But he's big, he's wooden or whatnot, but when he uses his Geist hand, it looks like electricity is flowing through the wood grain.
Yeah.
And then there's a very, very faint trail from whatever keeps him anchored to the world to whatever he's interacting with. So
very
almost
cool.
in the middle of a fight, no one's going to see it unless you know it exists, unless you're looking for it.
Yeah.
That's essentially how I would imagine it looking.
Okay, brilliant. So you do this, you reach out, give me some sort of manipulation, dexterity, use roll build.
I was leaning toward iron for determination and willpower, because it's that type.
Yeah.
And then I was also leaning toward brace because, again, determination, and I guess immobility. I don't know how loose that is, because with the Geist and flavor text, it just says you can manipulate without touching them, though the heavier they are, the harder it is. So that's why I'm just leaning on determination, because it's focus and concentration.
I'd say a bag of gunpowder is going to be easy enough for you to manipulate. So absolutely within reason. But willpower makes a lot of sense to me, too. All right.
2 6s and a 2 and a 3.
2 6s. All right. And this is a twist. You know what? I'm going to say instead of the twist can be instead of the pirates getting a reaction in between your guys' turn, you and Flippyn Piite working together can go one after the other if you're okay with that as the twist.
That's cool with me.
Cool. Let's do cool shit together. All right. So you grab with this hand that you concentrate and reach out, and there's this jolt of electricity that almost comes off, and it's your second hand appears for a second before going invisible and grabbing something so distant from you, this bag of gunpowder, shoving it in the hole needed to prime the cannon that had been knocked off before. Flippin' Piite, give me your grace and vaulting or something like this.
All right, so I'm gonna be using my let me look at my stats real quick. I'm gonna use my intuition and my vaulting to
makes sense. Yep, reactions.
Because I'm gonna be going through 2 people, so I'm gonna use my intuition to be try to dodge out of their way.
Absolutely.
Get to the cannon.
All right. Give me that roll.
All right. I hope it's good. Conflict with the twist.
It's 2 5s. Okay. So the twist is going to be, Okay, so you're running through these two guys, and you just kind of like get a good look at their faces as they kind of realize what you're doing. You get to the cannon, you grab sort of the lever or whatever they're using to trigger it, or maybe you find like a spark, not a spark plug, but like whatever they're using to get the gunpowder going. Oh, probably a bit of electricity because fire is a no-no here. That sort of would trigger that gunpowder, a little electric button. And there's this rumble and shake as the entire wall in front of you disappears. You guys kind of watch as the most of the crew, half of this marauder ship just kind of disappears in front of you. The guy that is in brown overalls that was on the plank, let's say he's on the other side because, who's tied up, just kind of like cheers a little bit, but kind of looks shocked. And Flippyn, this is intense. I'm going to say this will be a mire because you've just like destroyed a pre-verdant building and also a bunch of people in one go. This is more destruction than you think I've ever done at this point in time. And you hear sort of, with the twist, you hear the rest of the marauders kind of like, there's only maybe two of them left, and they kind of like yell and turn and run up the stairs to get away from you guys. They are GTFOing as their reaction to this whole event, as you have now saved the last remaining crew member of the scissor, and the marauder ship sort of starts to fall into the sea below you. The sink kind of consuming it in a way that you don't like to think about very much. It consumes everybody that sails it eventually, but the sink just sucks the rest of this ship down, and you kind of look around at this quiet moment, and yeah.
Hell yeah, Pete! That's how you do it. That's
man,
why I love
mean-
my job.
Oh,
At least we're safe, right?
whenever Apotheosis is done geist handing, the electricity that flows through him will like dissipate and like
Nice.
it doesn't hurt anybody, but it'll like send sparks out at everybody. And he also has the yell every time, "Oh, my butt!"
All right. As you guys kind of come down from this moment, you rescue the last scissor crew member, who tells you kind of this story about how the marauders had been like pushing them into the sink one at a time for the last week or so, just like enjoying their despair. And that he is this poor little Ironbound, like a tiny Ironbound. He was half made in his little trousers, and he's happy to join the rest of his crew. But you can see sort of the tragedy of having lost so much and having watched so much. But you have absolutely taken out the marauders and made the scene, this area, safe again. And the remaining crew of the scissor will go up. They'll help get the wideband radio up and over to the vomitorium. You see the Chellicrae that's kind of covered in papers, taking notes of everything, clearly trying to write and fix some journaling. Carshaw and Tech are able to like get back together, and Carshaw makes some grand claim about leaving the farming life and joining sailing, and Tech is just like hand on shoulder, no. And you've got this wideband radio on your ship, having rescued the scissor, and are able to get back to Three Masks. We can, as you want, but you can hear sort of the distant music and voices from people very, very far away, and you have a decision to make on where you want to sail the next time we're in the seas. But for now, you have completed the one-armed scissor first section of the campaign and have a beautiful piece of pre-verdant technology added to your ship. All right. Anything
Awesome.
you guys want to have your characters say or do just before we close this off? Because I know I sped that little bit up. Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Then as sort of the sun sets and you're used to sailing into the starry nights, as the sailors of the Scissor kind of come together to try to get their large ship in some sort of working order to get back to Three Masks, you're able to do as all heroes do in films and sail into a sunset. All right. Jeff, what's going on?
What's going on is Maitre is going to tell us where we can find her on the internet right now and the things that she does on the internet that she can talk about on stream, because not the other stuff.
Not the other stuff. Okay, the stuff I can talk about is my YouTube channel, WILDSEA Games, where I make system agnostic or multi-system that centers the team play experience.
Awesome. And as for us on the channel, we got a lot of stuff going on this week. We're back to a full schedule Thursday this week. We've got some Coriolis. We're continuing our new Flowers of Outgrab campaign. Saturday, we are starting up One Ring, 2nd edition, for the second time, campaign 2. And you can see me and Maitre in that and several other folks from the first round. Unless Long needs to do some more peyote, because if he does, then we might have to push it back a week. But no, we're set for the 28th. But yeah, that's what we got, and then we should be back on Monday with some more We're in Danger, as we were playing around in Ypsilanti, Michigan last night for reasons, because we're big there. Yeah, so that's our next handful of streams, and then obviously we're back on next Tuesday with more WILDSEA. Yeah, are we good? Yeah, good. We good. All right, so yeah, we got a couple raids tonight. So thank you for the raids, everybody, and we're gonna pay that forward and raid some here in a second. So without further ado, we'll see y'all later. Bye bye.
Happy sailing.
Bye.